An NTTV special report, UNTPrez Talks, with Dr. Neil Simatrisk.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of UNTPrez Talks, where we sit down and have a real conversation with UNT President Neil Simatrisk. How are you doing this morning, President Simatrisk?
I'm doing great. We've got the excitement of the first week of school going on.
And it is exciting semester, it is especially. Now, for my first question, moving back to last week, we discussed the stress the housing staff is going through during this pandemic, and you said you would get back to me after meeting with some of your colleagues. What new information do you have regarding the housing staff here at UNT?
Well, the good news is all the RAs have been tested and no one's positive, and things are now starting to become normal. So RAs are back in the swing of things. They're taking care of the students who are in the residence halls. They're meeting more regularly. So I'm going to tell you, I think, and we tested almost 600 students coming in, our random testing, and only one student moving into the residence halls from that population tested positive, which is incredibly good news.
Yes.
So right now, while students may have had concerns, I think the concerns built up to a crescendo before school opens. And now school's open, and I think we've returned to normalcy. So I feel like the plans have gone well, that the RAs are reasonably content with their jobs right now. And there may be a few people who are still concerned. And I might suggest that while we're doing everything we can to keep people safe, and right now we're testing and making sure they're safe, if people are nervous, we should probably look to get people who are a little less nervous in the residence halls, because I think the key issue is taking care of our students who are in those halls and making sure they're safe and following the protocols. And that takes someone who's got leadership capabilities to make sure they're doing it. So I haven't heard of any more challenges since the article that came out a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So hopefully things are okay now.
Okay.
I've had no more reports that people are upset or that they're feeling mistreated.
Well, that's always a plus. Moving on, yesterday officially marked the start of the fall semester. How do you think it went? Do you feel all safety guidelines are being followed so far?
No, I don't feel all safety guidelines are being followed. Let's be clear. I walked around campus. I talked about 30 students. Any number of students were wearing their masks below their nose. And I'd point at their nose and ask them to pull their masks up. Outside, a number of students still aren't wearing their masks and are really social distancing as well as they could. In the student union, I see students who might have a glass in front of them, and they've got their masks off because they're periodically drinking, a coffee or something like that, and they're 2 feet apart. So I don't think we're perfect. That said, I think that we're doing pretty well. I think most students are mask compliant. I think most students are really trying to pay attention to their safety. I don't see big groups of kids gathered together. At least I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's happening. And the campus looks, while the students I met were uniformly excited and happy, and they were happy with their classes, like you two have said you are. They felt good about the start of the semester. They're looking forward to going to a football game. All the good things are here, but the number of students on campus is really small. I'd say it's like a fraction of what we normally see. So if you've been out and about and walking around, I think the low population density on campus is a real plus to helping to preserve our safety, because fewer people equals less chance of community spread for COVID. So far, I'm really optimistic. And here's really exciting news. You ready? If we can hold it, we're above 40,000 for the first time in our history.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, our enrollment's up about 3% right now. Now, we know that a lot of students have struggled to pay their debts, and there's outstanding balances that are owed. We're going to work really hard with all of them to try to get that number down as low as we can and help them to keep going to school and staying in school. But it's very clear that the financial stress of COVID is a challenge for many of our students. And my heart goes out to them. We're trying to raise money to support them. We hope more CARES funding comes in. We've given out about 2 million of the 4 million we had left in CARES funding so far, but we had an overwhelming number of requests. So all I can say is, while the enrollment looks really strong, I know that many of our students are still hurting financially, and they're looking for any kind of relief that they can get. So I'm sympathetic and empathetic with that.
And for those students that are hurting financially, should they call the student financial office?
Yeah, there's actually on our website, you can find a place to apply, although I'll tell you, I think the money's going to be gone in a very short period of time, the 4 million that we have left. So we're really hoping that the federal government passes stimulus 4 and we'll be able to give out some more emergency grant and aid funding. So yes, they can call financial aid office. They can call, the best office to call is student accounting. Okay. That's the office that manages the outstanding balances and the debts that students currently pay. But we've been communicating with them. Every single student who has an outstanding balance should expect a phone call and someone to help walk them through the process to help manage their debt and help manage their payment plans.
Okay, and moving on from that, some schools across the nation who opened last week have already closed face-to-face classes due to small cluster outbreaks of COVID across campus. Do you think these decisions may have been premature? And what markers is the UNT administration going to be watching for as these classes start to get underway?
So a lot of people think that going to school and going remote is like a light switch that turns on or off. I would use our provost analogy. She says it's more like a dimmer switch. So if we see a rise in cases, what we can do is take some things offline or take some things online, if you will, and go remote with them while leaving more essential classes in place. We have students who won't graduate if they don't get the experiential classes they need, the engineering lab, science lab, art, music classes, and there's others along those same lines. So we're really trying to preserve those classes. I don't believe that classes are where the challenge is. And so there's a part of me that thinks some other schools may have made some hasty decisions, but I won't second guess their presidents and their situations. What I'll say for us is it's not all or none. We have a layered set of plans that can gradually reduce the population on campus and can accommodate isolating students in place if they don't have anywhere else to go in our residence halls, and providing for them while they may have to, if they have to self-isolate or quarantine. But right now, boy, again, I want to knock on wood. It's looking good for the start of the semester. We expect to see more cases, but I'm very pleasantly gratified that we appear to be opening in a safer way than I would have even expected, with fewer cases, and the preparations that people have taken are phenomenal. So the team's done a really good job.
Right, and that is all I have for you today. Do you have anything else you would like to add?
No, I just want to wish all the students out there a great start to the semester. Again, I saw a few of you yesterday, so stop by, or better yet, if you see me walking around the campus, come and tell me what you're doing and how your classes are going and how you're feeling. I hope that we'll be able to start having some more student events here in the not too distant future to build up a little bit more of that campus life that we all love so much, especially come fall. And hey, don't forget, we got a football game on September 5th, and we'll have 25% seating capacity, but I hope we'll have some students out there having some fun. We've reserved 3,000 spots for students in the student section, spaced out appropriately. So let's begin to dig into the semester. I wish you good luck. I hope you make great progress. Don't be afraid to talk to your faculty members and your advisors if you need help, and we're always there for you. So have a good time.
Thank you so much. And thank you guys for watching UNTPrez Talks. Be sure to join us again next week for our next episode of UNTPrez Talks.
You've been watching an NTTV special report, UNTPrez Talks, with Dr. Neil Smatris.